Did Tomlin make a big deal about like what that means, or giving you kind of that honor with the other starters running out in front of the home crowd?
Yeah, he did kind of mention, the night before that, whatever had transpired throughout the team, he was saying that he was going to announce me and that, I'm deserved of it.
Jaylen, what does reaching 100 yards mean to you?
I mean, it was cool. Like I said yesterday, as long as we got the W, that's all I care about.
You said that he said you were deserving of starting. What did he say that you had done specifically that...
He didn't say
he
specifically, yeah.
With the surfboard. I say with the surfboard.
I kept it. Gave it to my mom. Yeah.
With the announcement coming out, looked like you hit the ground kind of hard.
Yeah, I didn't expect to dive. I was gonna kind of get down slowly, but I was in the moment, so I just dived and hit it.
When you signed here as an undrafted free agent guy last year, I mean, did you envision 100-yard games in the NFL, running out in front of 67,000 people as a starter or anything?
No, absolutely not. I don't usually expect nothing or envision anything. I kind of just, play it by, I put my best foot forward, and whatever happens, happens.
What have you done to create this opportunity for yourself?
Just work, sacrifice, discipline.
Did you have a bigger offseason than usual to prime you for year 2 in the NFL, you feel like, training, workout?
Yeah, that was the most time I've had off, to kind of focus on myself. So, yeah, I think that was probably the best offseason I've had.
Did you go back home to Utah for that?
Yeah, I did.
You still work out with the former Vikings running back in the offseason?
RBs.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Where's that work ethic come from for you, like growing up? I mean, where's that come from?
I don't know. I guess you could say it started in high school. We had a culture over there where, I mean, I don't do it here. We don't take a knee during practice. We don't take our helmet off during practice. You're hurt. You're not hurt. You still go out and play. So it's just something that's been ingrained in me. And I've always been doubted, but I never let it get to me. I always use it as fuel. And then when opportunities present itself, I always take advantage of them.
Does that come from in high school? Like, was that something your coaches instilled in you guys?
Mm-hmm. All the players, yeah.
Were you relieved not to see your name on the fine list last week?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Holding my breath.
You guys have had 2 great games back-to-back. Now you got the Browns coming up. Good run defense. What did you learn maybe from the first time playing these guys about them?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Obviously, they have Myles Garrett. So we're just gonna go in with a plan that will help us put our best foot forward.
Jaylen, how would you describe your relationship with Najee?
Yeah, we're pretty cool. We help each other whenever we need to. Yeah, I'd say that.
I feel like last year you were kind of a change of pace guy, maybe catch defenses off guard with your quickness. Do you feel like now, though, you're kind of more somebody there that's on their radar that they're game planning for to make sure they can try to contain you?
Yeah, I've heard, from talk outside that teams are, kind of mentioning me in their team meetings or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. Yeah,
What was the first team that you heard that was mentioning you? Did that just start this year?
Yeah, it started this year, the Ravens.
You like that, or are you kind of like flying under the radar a little bit better?
Both. I kind of like flying under the radar, but I mean, it's obvious you're like an impact player if the other team's kind of focusing on you.
Do you think teams still underestimate you at all?
Probably. Yeah.
Why is that?
Like I said, I've been doubted my whole life, so I wouldn't be surprised if they doubt me. I don't really pass the eye test or whatever. I kind of just go out there. I don't do too much, but I think when you play me, then that's what kind of shows.
Does it help you to just assume that people are still thinking that you're under the radar, still thinking that you don't pass the eye test?
Yeah, I really don't focus on that. I just focus on whatever I can do to help the team win.
Jaylen, do you ever see in an opponent's eyes like, man, who is this guy? Where you got the better of somebody and they kind of figuring out who you are? What's that?
Like when I'm playing a defense and they I notice them during the game. No.
Or where you have a big block and a guy like looks up and what's that feeling like? Just that physicality that you were able to.
Oh yeah, I'll hit a D lineman or a linebacker, and they'll be like, "Oh, good block," you know. They'll like say, "Oh, keep that up," you know. But yeah, it's cool.
Obviously, the news with Quan. You feel like you've been here long enough that you feel pretty comfortable, ready to step into a role that they call on you?
I just take off my body work I put in the last couple of years I've been in the league, especially last year in Atlanta. And this great coaching staff, I think, get me ready. I think I was ready to go. If they gave me my number call was last week or not. So this week, I mean, obviously, you never want to see a guy go down like that, especially when he's in your room like that. Quan brings the juice and the energy every day. So for me, it's just like if my opportunity is this week, then I'm ready to go.
Mykal, how well do you feel like you fit in here?
I mean, it's good, man. It's something like Coach T, man. It's something that I've always wanted to play for him. You know, he's the type of guy who just, when you come in here, there's a level of expectation and a standard that's just kind of just put aside here, and you don't have to be here long to figure that out.
In your limited time, has he been what you thought he would be?
Yeah, and more. He's just like I don't know, like just watching, been watching this game since I was born. So just watching him and what he's able to do, I mean, you have to respect it, you know. His most wins, 17 years in a row, the winning record? I mean, it's something that's unheard of, so.
What's Landon Roberts like in the room? What kind of tone does he set for the inside linebackers?
All you got to do is turn on the game on Sunday. You'll see it. I mean, he's a headhunter. I mean, that dude right there, he's a monster. I watch him. I respect his game a lot. You know, these guys, you know, when you've been in the league, it's going on year 4 now, you kind of meet all these people and stuff like that. So I've heard about him, I've known about him for a while now, and I get to see it every day in person. So, like I said, with him and Quan, they bring the juice in our room. So it's something that we got to step it up.
What do you add to the inside linebacker room if you're called home and you're given that opportunity?
I think just my experience, my versatility. You know, I've done it before. I've had the green dot before. I've played games, played in big games. Just my experience that I have out there, and you know, being able to call upon coaching staff anytime I have it. I mean, I ask questions all day long, so it's nothing like never a guy in the room who thinks he knows everything. I'm always seeking for help, seeking for answers and stuff like that. So I think what I bring to this room is experience and more versatility.
After having some success in Atlanta, getting that second opportunity, like what's that emotion like to want to go out and show like, hey, I can still play this game?
I mean, it's been huge. I mean, to be honest, I never thought I'd be in this situation, especially off what I did last year in Atlanta. So for me, just mentally, just riding a roller coaster up and down, waiting for my number to get called. My agent, you know, he keeps me grounded. You know, sometimes I'm ready to just explode. You know, just journey. But it's taught me a lot. You know, you just got to be ready when your opportunity's called. And if you look at my first 2 years in Atlanta, it's been the same way. You know, I've always been that guy who had to wait and scrap and fight to get to the top. So if my opportunity's called, I'll be ready.
What's your impression of Aaron Curry just as a position coach, and how much does he bring to you guys as a guy who's been in the league and dealt with adversity and kind of come out on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I mean, my first day here, you know, he told me I was a player, you know, so the playbook is not X and O's when you're out there. I know what it is like to play. And unfortunately, like some circumstances I've been in, you know, you have to do it like the playbook. He's not one of those coaches. So, I mean, I look forward to being able to play for a guy like that, and I know, like, he could take my game to the next level.
How much does that help to have as a position group a guy that has played, especially when you guys are facing this adversity, having to replace some really key players?
I mean, it's going to be huge for us. I mean, looking forward, we're going to have to lean on each other regardless. I know I've been there for 2 weeks. You know, Mark's a year 2 player. E-Rob, he just got here this year too. So, like, I mean, it's going to be huge for us all to come together. But, I mean, what I've heard is that, you know, these guys all came together for the first year. So I think it's going to be nothing for us to mesh and mold. And AC, I mean, it's going to start with him.
If you do get that chance, have you thought about big picture, like division rival on the road, opportunity to be in first place, that type of emotion that will be involved in this game?
Yeah, it's going to be huge. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to an Atlanta versus New Orleans game, but you know what I'm saying? If it's anything like that, it's going to be energy. It's going to be fun. You got to ride that ride with emotion. So for me, it's going to be my first game back this year. I ain't played since, you know, this whole year started. So I mean, it's going to be a lot of emotion, but I've been in this situation before, you know, so I know how to keep it grounded and go out there and execute.